the Keystone Sports Network.
Hello and welcome to the Keystone Kickoff Show. I'm Jim Galante, and we've got a really interesting guest for this special edition of our show, Luke Lorick, founder of National Tailgating Day. Welcome to the show, Luke.
Man, I'm excited to be here. Tailgating season is in the air, and with that comes National Tailgating Day.
Well, that's fantastic. But Luke, I'll tell you what, you got to give us some background. I don't think someone just wakes up one day and says, hey, I'm going to create, National Tailgating Day. How did you get to this point that you said we needed a new holiday?
So, rewind in time back to around 2016. I founded Tailgating Challenge, which is like my tailgating side hustle, was like reviewing and testing out some of the coolest tailgating gear and going to fun tailgates because that's what I'm passionate about doing. And I was like, we hear all the stuff like National Flip Flop Day, National Talk Like a Pirate Day. And I said, oh my gosh, there's got to be a National Tailgating Day. And when I did the research and I found out there wasn't, I took it upon myself to say, there will be a National Tailgating Day. I got with National Day calendar, did all the paperwork, showed up why I was a subject matter resource and all that good stuff. And in 2016, National Tailgating Day was founded that is celebrated the first Saturday of September to align with college football kickoff.
Oh, that's fantastic. Now, why do you think tailgate resonates so much with people? We in Happy Valley at Penn State, we love tailgating, probably as much, if not more, than the game itself. Why is that the case, Luke?
And I think you're not alone in that space. That's how I felt. Again, I'm a University of South Carolina alumni, and I know there's a lot of people that feel the same way. And I truly believe, and I think it resonates even more year over year, we're so connected to our phones, electronics, people working from home, that when we have the ability to go out in a fun environment with family, with friends, with people of like minds, with the team spirit, we get to connect on a different level that continues to erode from society, in my opinion. And tailgating brings some of that back. And so being outside, playing games, having fun, grilling, talking face to face with people, I think that's why people love tailgating, in my opinion.
Well, and you talked in the background about you have a website called tailgatingchallenge.com. Now, I've been there. I've seen that. Tell our listeners who may not be familiar with it, what is that all about? What would they find there? And what help would it be for them in creating their own tailgates?
Sure. So yeah, Tailgating Challenge, I founded that almost 11 years ago now, just with the thing, I'm going to have a little fun side hustle, meet some cool people, get some fun products. And it's grown to be one of the largest tailgating specific entities online in the world with over 275,000 fans. We found a National Tailgating Day, got a Guinness World Record for longest backwards cornhole toss, and I've tested over 700 different tailgating products. And I think that's kind of where it is, because the thing I'm passionate about is continuing to show people different gears, different tips, so they can have more fun tailgating. Whether you have a budget of almost nothing or you have a big budget, there's stuff out there that can increase your level of fun with the tailgate, and that's what I strive to do by testing out new products. And I always say, I don't get paid to give my opinion about the products because that's not right. And so I want to be able to show real things before people spend their hard-earned money on their tailgating gear. And that's what you can find on Tailgating Challenge. And we're on Facebook, Twitter, or I guess it's X now, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all those places. Just having fun, bringing smiles, and showing some unique gear that you may not have seen before, but you might want to.
Well, as someone who loves tailgating, and I really do, I love the food, I love the drink, I love the games. So you talk about all those things. Let's start with the games. Do you have a favorite tailgating game?
So cornhole was my original favorite game. Kind of growing up playing that, and it's still the iconic game. Cornhole, you think about, and that's tailgating as a whole. But what I've learned in doing this, there are literally hundreds of other games for the tailgate too. And so there's a lot of stuff. And I don't really want to say one because people say like, "Oh, Luke, you have a Guinness World Record for cornhole." I was like, "Well, hey, like, let's be honest. That doesn't mean I'm good at regular cornhole. I did it with backwards cornhole because I play so many different games. Like, I'm not just honed in on one particular game. Like, there's a couple of frisbee games like Can Jam and some of these other games with frisbees that are also real fun to me. But there's new stuff coming out all the time, and I'm like, that looks fun. I need to test it to see if it's going to meet the tailgating challenge."
Okay, let's talk about what you think are the keys to a great tailgate. You're the expert. What are the things, no matter what tailgate you go to, these are the requirements. This is what I need to see at the tailgate to make sure it's a great one.
So first and foremost, this probably sounds real basic, but it's the people, right? Honestly, it doesn't matter if you don't have anything else, but you have your friends or your family there. Like that's step one. But we want more than that, obviously, with this question too. So food. Again, if you're out there with people, you're going to get hungry. So like setting up a grill or having something prepared with whatever that looks like. So bringing some food, bringing some drinks. Usually, if there's kids out there, I always recommend two separate coolers for those that have the adult beverages and one's for the kids, so nothing ever gets lost in translation. Games, as you mentioned, because that's a great way to kind of loosen people up, get some of the team spirit, camaraderie, trash talk going, and music. I think music is also something that I'm very passionate about, and having some music in the background is a key. You put all those things together, whether you do it really big or just a little bit of those things, you're set up for an awesome day, I think.
Okay, now you're a South Carolina guy. You just open your mouth, and we know you're not from around our parts. You
You can
now
tell,
live in
right? The Southern twang.
Colorado.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
it gives it away. Now, I had the opportunity last year. I got to go to the Penn State at Auburn game. Tailgating was phenomenal. It was so much fun. I loved walking through the crowd. Got invited to join the Auburn. It was obvious I was a Penn State person, but it was no
Sure.
problem finding food and drink, camaraderie. Tailgating was fantastic. We'll talk about Penn State in a second, but tell me about all the different places that you've been. What was most interesting? What was most fun? What was most unique in the different schools that you hit for tailgating?
Sure. So I know I still have a lot of schools to go to, and I want to get to a lot more of them. But the ones I've been to, there's one thing, and I think you kind of alluded to it a moment ago. It's like, even if you're the opposing fan, the majority of tailgaters are open and welcoming and happy to see you. Again, there's always a few, right? So there's always a few bad apples that spoil the bunch, but most people are very open. It's like, you want a drink, you want some food, and they want to talk to you. And it's like, to me, like that's awesome, right? Because there's no lines divided, nobody's being canceled or anything like that. Everybody's being lifted up and trying to have a really good time. So I like one again. Like South Carolina has a great tailgate, but probably one of the craziest ones I've been to. LSU night game, Ole Miss, like I think it's 2018, somewhere
Oh,
in
wow.
there. I was like people were walking to the stadium, like, and people were just running through with handles of vodka, just pouring it in people's mouths as they ran by. National anthem. Half the stadium pulls out a flask from their back pocket and starts like drinking it during the national anthem. I was like, LSU at night is that's a different beast. It's a different beast. So there's my one random story from LSU.
Wow, that sounds like they really know how to party. All right,
No
now
doubt.
let's shift to the present. Penn State has a game against West Virginia this coming weekend. It's at night, and you are going to be there all the way from Colorado. What makes Penn State so attractive for you to show up for a tailgate all the way from Colorado?
Sure. So, I mean, Penn State's been on my list to go to. This is my first time coming to Penn State, and I was like, for National Tailgating Day, like I need a great game and a great tailgating venue. And then looking at the schedule, like Penn State, West Virginia jumped off the page. Like, Luke, you need to go to this tailgate. And so I think I'm gonna be hanging out with you. We're gonna be 409 tailgate, and like I'm super excited. I'm appreciative of just like the support people have given me, and I think this is gonna be an epic day. And I'm just going to go on a limb here and say it's going to be the best tailgating for National Tailgating Day that we've seen so far.
There you go. You know how to play to your audience, and it's a Penn State audience. And I'll tell you what, people, you know how to reach me. It's info@ksnsports.net. If you have some suggestions for Luke, we'll pass it on to Luke what you should hit. We're going to talk to him about I know Andrew from 409 has talked to you about getting to the RV lot on Friday night, which is always exciting and fun. You're going to be joining us for our tailgate. Just a uh, simple plug for it. We are working with the Happy Valley United, which is the collective for Penn State. If you want to get tickets to our event, it's happyvalleyunited.com. Under About, you'll see the events, and you alluded to it. We're going to have Andrew from 409 Tailgate Club making his great barbecue food. We're going to have wines and craft beer. So we're going to have a lot of fun there. And hopefully, Luke, you could bring a game or two for us. Anything we should know about? What kind of games you're going to bring for us?
So I guess it's going to be something portable, right? If I'm flying in with it, I tested out a new game. It's going to bring a whole new level of fun to cornhole. Because I was in the cornhole tournament this weekend, and some people are a little too serious about game. I mean, it's supposed to be fun. And some people are a little too serious. This game is going to help bring the fun and the laughter back to it. There's my teaser for you right there.
Oh, hey, there's another reason why you want to attend our tailgate, which, by the way, is going to be at the Revel XP lot. It's on the west side of the stadium where you see all the tents next to the soccer field. It's a fantastic place to tailgate. So we're going to have you. So our challenge, Luke, is to show you as good a time as you've ever had at a tailgate. So we pride ourselves at Penn State for tailgating. And one of the most amazing things I think for the tailgating at Penn State, and maybe it's the same elsewhere, when you finally do go into the game, if you turn and look around, there's going to be a lot of people there who have no intention at all of going into the game itself. They are there strictly for the tailgate.
Been there, done that quite a few times in my day. I had the intention of going inside, but then the tailgate's just so good and people are hanging out and you got the TV, you got your drinks, you got your games and everything else, that maybe I've missed a few games in the past. Just saying.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to try to make sure that you get inside the stadium. It's called the greatest show in college football. So you want to get inside. It's not a whiteout, but it's about as close as you can get. They call it the stripe. Well, not the stripe out, but there's just going to be the single blue stripe. The rest of it will be all in white. So it's as close to a whiteout as you can be. Luke, we got half a minute left. Just give us your last thoughts on tailgating and your tailgatechallenge.com site.
Yeah, I will say I'm super excited and humbled to come to Penn State. I look forward to meeting any fans. Like, it's always appreciative of anybody that loves tailgating to come say hello. I think it's going to be a great day. Check out Tailgating Challenge. I'll be dropping my top 10 list of tailgating gear here in the next week or so. So I think there's going to be some awesome stuff. If you're looking for some new tailgating gear, Tailgating Challenge should be your main source of information for that gear.
All right. You can find them on Facebook, Twitter, tailgatingchallenge.com, anywhere you look. Luke, thanks so much. And I can't tell you how much I am looking forward to seeing you this weekend.
Me too, man. Me too. It's going to be fun.